Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be continuing on with our Swift programming tutorial series, and in this particular tutorial I'm going to be showing you convenience initializers. Now, what exactly are convenience initializers? Well, a convenience initializer is a second kind of initializer that you can use to initialize just specific properties that you need to initialize rather than all of them. Now, the other kind of initializer is the initializer we've worked with before, and that's called a designated initializer. So a designated initializer, in comparison to a a convenience initializer, allows has us defining values for all the properties of our class or structure. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our example. So in this video, the example we're going to use is a custom subclass of Apple's UI button in their UI kit framework for building iOS apps. If we run the example, okay, so let's run the example in the simulator. And this is our example here. It's just a single button in the center of the screen. It's blue and has white text that says "Tap me, please." A rather simple example, but it works for our purposes. So as it stands at the moment, what we're doing here is, if we go into, let's see, we want view controller.swift. So in here, we have a var called button. It's of type custom button. And we're calling our designated initializer. And this designated initializer creates a frame and then defines the background color, the title color, and the title for the button. Now, this convenience initializer then will call the super initializer that takes in that frame. That's what makes this the designated initializer for the custom button, is we're passing in information a super initializer needs, plus any custom properties for our actual subclass. And of course, all the stuff in view did load, you can see down there. You don't need to worry about that. That's just some boilerplate code that we needed to actually get the button to show up on screen and all that. So you'll learn about what that code does in my UI kit series, which will be coming sometime after the Swift series is done. All right. So with that, how exactly then do we create our convenience initializer? Well, that's not exactly a difficult task. Let's go ahead, go into our navigator, and we want to go to our custom button. All right. Now, above our configure method, we're going to create our convenience initializer. And to do that, we need to type convenience space init. And then this is going to take just our three properties for the button. The background color, the title color, and the title for the button. So we'll say background color which is a UI color. We want the title color, which is a UI color. And we want the title, which is a string. All right. Now, in the body of our initializer, we need to first call one of our designated initializers. So inside the body, we can say self.init. And we want to have the initializer with all of the properties in it, because that is our designated one. The thing about a convenience initializer is that it absolutely must call to either one of the designated initializers or one of the convenience initializers. But ultimately, one of these convenience initializers has to call to one of the designated initializers to ensure that everything is initialized properly. You cannot call the super init from a convenience initializer. Xcode will not let you do it. So, for the frame, let's make this .0. For the background color, we're going to make this let's say system purple. Or actually, just to make it a little bit more noticeable, system red. There we go, system red. That works better. For the, let's say for the label color, we'll make it .white again. And for the title, we pass in the title. Okay, well, actually, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. So instead of, I'm getting ahead of myself. We want the title color. And here we just want the background color. There we go. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking ahead to when we change the initializer in our view controller. Okay, so there we go. No errors, and we're good to go. If we try to run our code again, we're going to replace it. We still get a successful build. And you can see we still get the same thing that we did before. So we know everything worked. And the convenience initializer isn't being called, so it's not interfering with what we have already in the view controller. So let's go ahead, go into Navigator. And we're going to go back into View Controller Swift. Now where we're creating our button, so var button, right? Inside of the initializer here, we're going to get rid of the frame. So get rid of frame, and let's go ahead and change up the color a little bit here. So instead of something like system blue, let's change it to system red. And we'll keep the title color the same, and we'll keep the button title the same. Go ahead and save the code. Run it again. We can see it succeeds. And in our simulator, there's the red button in the middle of the screen. And there you go. You can tap. You can tap it, and it does nothing. But yeah, that is how you can utilize a convenience initializer. Thank you all so very much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.